Alright folks, here's what we've got so far. Rain stopped a little bit, so I decided to run outside here and work a little bit. There's our temporary venturi. I don't want to push it in all the way yet. I just got a real, not a tight fit, but just a snug fit. I may sand it a little bit, maybe might have JB welded in or something, but here is my jet. As you can see, that's the needle. I've still got to cut it off to where I need it, so when it slides through the side of this port, it ends up in the center of there. And then I've got, of course, I drilled it, tapped it 1032. I got the needle valve running into the end, so that'll work perfect as a jet. Picked up a oil pressure line, copper, with the fittings and stuff on it. That way I'm going to run that as a fuel line, and of course it's screwed right on, so we're good to go there. And that's what we've got so far. So I'm getting ready to drill this hole in the side. I'm going to drill it in the side, get it where I want it. You know, I can see where the valve's at in there, so I just need to come to the side of the valve. And you know, it kind of crappy that I'm not closer. That bolt's right in the way of not getting closer to that. I could put a shorter bolt in there and go behind that bolt, and I may do that. That's probably going to be my best bet. I can actually swap that bolt for one of the other ones or cut it off either way. These are shorter bolts on this, but anyway, I got to hunt up a drill bit small enough to drill our hole there, and we're going to get it in there and hook a line to it and go ahead and put it in a tank, a temporary tank. We're going to mount something on it, you know, a bottle or something, and we're just going to pull it a few times and see if we can get it to fire off at all, and go from there, see what we've got. I'm kind of worried about that hole being too big. You know, we're only talking about an idle circuit, so 110 thousandths I think is about what it is. So, you know, we'll see what it is from there. Show you more when I get more done. Okay, here's what we got so far. Drilled the hole, put the valve in. That's so thin in there that it's not going to hold it in place very good, so I picked up some JB Quicks, which is like JB Weld but quicker, and we'll clean it up in there real good and JB weld it in. Now I did solder these two pieces together. Let me get the camera where it needs to be. Solder these two together, and we've got our fuel line. We're just stuck on there. You can see it's wrapped around, but got to figure out, clock it in the right position where we want it. And you can see our fuel nozzle. It's in the center where we want it, and then of course the venturi will go in, and hopefully it'll pull right past that piece, and it'll be right. It needs to go up and in a little bit, right about there, I think. We'll get it straight. And but that's where we're at right now. We'll clean it up, put some JB Weld in there, and hopefully get it to hold. And you know, it's going to take some vibration, so I may end up soldering a bracket to it or screwing it somewhere. I just got to put it somewhere where you can't see it. But I don't need you all guessing this stuff before I reveal it. Alright, show you more. Okay folks, here's where we stand on our little engine here. I've got everything in there. Got the fuel line ran, got it stuck out here just temporarily. We just got our venturi stuck in there, and we're going to try to put some gas to it real quick, some way, somehow, and then just pull it a few times and see if it'll fire up. I can always put my finger over it, shut it off, pull the plug wire, whatever, but we're just going to see what it does, and you know, maybe get it fine-tuned in. If there's any fine-tuning to be done, it may not run good enough to even try to fine-tune, but we're going to find out here shortly. if this was a horse, I'd already had to shoot it. Little bit aggravating here. We're having a heck of a time, and I keep screwing up, making things worse here. I've had it hit quite a few times. I've turned it with the drill, of course, until I actually busted the cover. So I went with a nut, popping, acting like it wants to run, having a lot of trouble with it, and then I broke my daggone thing loose. I put a screwdriver in here to pop out my venturi, and didn't do anything but make things worse here. So I don't want to give up on it, but I tell you what, it's been an aggravation for sure, but we're going to keep at it and see what we can get done.